unexpected item
In what?
Welcome to It Takes... Hello, and welcome to It Takes... Hello, and welcome to It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 255. We're recording this on Saturday, March 7th. You'll be hearing this on Tuesday, March 10th.
That's right.
Person.
Welcome to March.
What the heck is going on?
Let me be the first to say... You ready, boys? Happy 5 years of the It Takes All Kinds podcast. It's not today. It's on Thursday, but I mean, we're not. What are we gonna put out? Something on Thursday? No, of course we're not. We might. I should put together. Oh.
Sorry, the boys are getting activated.
They're sleeper cell.
They're getting unruly.
We
get the whole bar to sing it for us.
I should put something together to post on Thursday. I'll have to remember that. Happy 5 years, Gavin.
I think we should. I have an idea for the post.
Let's hear it.
I was thinking about posting a 5 years of set changes.
Oh yeah, we can show all the. That's a good idea. How many have we had? We had the original Zoom.
The original
for like 3 episodes, I think we did.
Virtual.
Yeah, the original virtual, and then we had upstairs at my parents' house. The apartment. Back at my parents' house on the couch. Back at my parents' house at the table again.
At the table.
And then at the couch.
And then
now here. 6?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And then possibly like any other places that we recorded, Chicago.
Yeah. We had a few random ones in there. But that would be fun. Throw those all in there.
Chicago, Vegas.
You know what it fucking is.
We've been well traveled recently.
We've been over the past 5 years. We've been well traveled. I'm gonna write that down. Hang on, guys. Can you guys just give me a minute? Sorry, I'm just writing an email.
Yeah, of course. Let the boys.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. They're the best, aren't they?
I love them. Thanks, guys.
I love them.
I love those guys.
No, this is fucking huge, man. This is a big milestone. I literally had to like triple check that it was actually 5 years because that seems so bonkers to me.
Yeah, gross.
It does feel gross.
Yeah, because like we have a 5-year-old child on our hands.
We do.
Someone entering kindergarten.
His name is Bronson.
His name's Action Bronson.
Action Bronson. That's his name. It's his name. That's for sure.
That's his name.
That's his name. He's the sweetest, isn't he? Yeah, it's fucking awesome, dude, and it's and that's only like missing a few weeks in there, less than I can count on my hand. It's probably only like 6 weeks that we took off.
Somewhere in that regard, somewhere in that neighborhood in that regard.
So it's crazy. Every single week, more or less, we've been here doing it.
And nobody knows what our relationship is like behind closed doors either.
It's bad. It's rough.
It's really bad.
It's awful. It's in a bad place. Like it's worse than it's ever been right now. Ever. It's horrible.
It's awful.
When
but
the cameras are off.
seriously though, I do think I was talking about it, and I was whenever I went to visit Sean in Phoenix. One of the guys that works there with him, he brought up, he's like, oh, I've seen like you guys post podcasts. I'm like, yeah, I think it's going on like 5 years now. And it's crazy to think about because someone had asked like where it even came from, or like why we started it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to remind myself, I was like, I think this is what happened, but the way that I recall is that it was let me reminisce here for a second.
Please.
I was recording something for my college band course, and I posted on my story thinking about starting a podcast because I had to rent a podcast mic from the library or from the IT department. and posted on my story as like a joke. Like I put like 4 emojis afterwards or something like that. And I can find that post and send it to you as well.
Yeah.
So you can put up on the screen. And then like after that, a lot of like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7 people had like slid up and were like, yeah, you should totally do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, sure. Okay. I was like, I know who I'd do it with. I was like, I don't have but
yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I'm 100% that is exactly what happened. I remember, and we talked about it, and I had been wanting to do a podcast. I had like done, let's be low key about this, but I had done a podcast, technically like 2 podcasts prior to this one,
right,
in high school.
Yeah.
And even like the first one was like middle school, I think, maybe late middle school.
Yeah.
I think like 8th grade.
I don't remember.
Those are not out there.
We were not friends.
We were not friends like we are now behind closed doors. It's bad.
That was public.
Let me remind you. So I had like done those, and obviously been a huge fan of podcasts. I mean, is it clear by the 5 that or 4 or whatever, how many it is I work on?
Right.
And then whenever I think I was just like never, there was nobody who like, it wasn't that I didn't want to do one with you, but it's like I wanted someone who was as interested in doing it as I was. And then that was like the perfect opportunity. And I think we just kind of like talked about it from there, and it was COVID times. There must have been something with COVID that like in the actual virus itself that made people want to do podcasts.
Right.
Because that's when everybody did one. And I didn't even think about it at the time that we were like just hopping on the bandwagon. I just thought of it as like, I want to do a podcast, and Gavin also wants to do a podcast. So let's do it.
Yeah. And we basically these whole 5 years have ran 2 concurrent shows with each other. Mm-hmm. We have Carson's show and we have my show.
Yeah. And they'll remain separate. And you can splice out. We put, people don't know this. There are 3 RSS feeds. One of them's for my show. The other one's for Gavin's show. And then there's one that's for this show.
Yeah. What we do is actually we cut the episode into 3 parts. There's a combined version where it's a conversation with myself. It's a conversation with Carson. And then it's together. So.
Yeah. And you can go listen to those if you want.
We can go listen to those anytime you want.
Anytime you want. If you hate one of us, go listen to the separate shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to, we don't have anything. We don't, this is the celebration right here. Okay. Is us talking about it. So we're not going to fucking go on and on about fucking this fucking thing and shit.
Casual. He's very casual.
I just love using that word. Nowadays. Love that word. It's a great word. But yeah, man, it's very special, and we're stoked to be here, still doing it. Of course, we're not going anywhere. And I guess like as a little treat, because we really aren't, we're just doing your average sode here. I want to just tease that we just locked in another big guest coming up later this month. Here's a little hint. We mentioned him in the last episode. That's all I'll say, is we did mention him, which I don't know if that's, well, I won't get to that. Maybe we'll ask him about that. But coming up very soon, big guest. We're really, really excited about it. And I think in a matter of like 2 weeks, you'll be hearing that. I don't want to say who it is. We'll keep it a surprise, but just know, that should show you we're not going anywhere, because we're still wanting to do new stuff as often as we can. But here we are, another week. So much to talk about too. Gavin and I both had busy weeks with fun stuff, especially, I guess, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw some of the excitement that has been happening this week and some drama. I got myself into some hot water.
He did.
We have,
I will say I can say whose side I was on. Okay.
Well, I'm excited to hear whose side you were on, because this could go either way. We also got some great big fart news.
This,
Happy 5 years.
I will say that after 5 years, there's not one thing we're ever going to deviate away from other than potty humor.
It's just potty humor.
Like, if we could deviate, we could go into politics. We can go into philosophical topics about how to raise your kids and batteries and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And but the other thing we're never going to go away.
That's the
The
three
other thing we're never going to
topics.
go. The topics. Their potty humor is always going to be
Potty
there. It's
humor,
like,
raising children, batteries. Yeah, we never can escape potty humor. So we got fart news. We're gonna talk about the Cheek Splitter 9000 and big AI art news. I mean, it's not really
related
that.
to shit from a butt.
Yeah, speaking of shit, AI art news. A very rare Supreme Court W. I don't know why I said it like that.
Our Supreme Court George W.
Bush. And it actually, I did not realize this until about an hour ago. It involves our hometown.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to God. It's crazy. We'll get to that, but it like blew my mind. Because I was just like, oh, this is cool. We'll talk about that. And then I was reading it and I was like, it's like our hometown. It's St. Charles. It's so weird. It always comes back to it, man. We can't escape it. We have a question of the week, a returning segment that has been gone for years, maybe months. And then, of course, Timothée Chalamet pissing off opera and ballet fans. We're going to give you our opinion.
And I can weigh in on that.
Gavin's been to the opera.
I've been to the opera.
I've been to neither, so maybe that tells you whose side I'm on. Or maybe it doesn't. We'll talk about it. Big Carson Cinema Corner coming up. Star Wars related stuff coming as well. So we're going to bust out the trivia book.
Got it ready.
It's a big episode. We're going to go, because it's our 5-year episode, we're going to go a little longer this one because we're both available for it. So why not?
Finally.
I want to hear about your week, Gavin. You told me you have some sort of news. I don't even want to say what it is. I want to give you the floor to talk about.
Well, I just got totally footmogged at today. I went to a shoe store and I finally got my feet looked at by a professional.
Because you have bunions and corns and carrots.
Well, I'll just run down my stats here, Carson.
Do you have a report on? Do you have like a?
Well, yeah, they did. They went down the thing.
Okay.
Okay. So my left foot is longer than my right.
Fuck.
My heels are almost immeasurable by the tool that they use.
What does that mean? They're so small?
So small. They were so small. It was at the bottom of the scale.
You got stilettos?
Didn't go any further down.
What the fuck?
It literally was the lowest it went on both of my feet.
I'm gonna need to see that heel. Here we go, guys. This is the moment I've been waiting for my whole life. What is? Hold on. Well, that's not. I can't see your heel. I'm asking about your heel.
Give me a second.
Hang on. We'll get them there.
Oh my God.
Take your time. No. We're in no rush. Here we go. Hold it down a little lower. I don't. It just looks normal to me. Well, I guess it is kind of small.
Yeah. Like it was the lowest it
sure.
It was the lowest it had ever been. It was really small. And they're like, oh yeah, you have like some really thin heels.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I know. He's like, let me guess, like your shoes, like you have heel slip a lot, and I'm like, every morning, like my heels always slip out of my shoes every morning.
Slip like out the back?
Yeah, like every morning. Even with shoes that have always fit, they always slip in some capacity. And so they watched my gait. They watched.
Whoa! You've never let me. Watch
I'm not
your
kidding.
gait.
They did a full thing. They watched my gait. They watched how I ran. I'm not joking.
Your gait? What does that mean?
Like how you walk.
That's called a gait?
Yeah, like GAIT. Your gait.
Okay.
And
I also did this recently too, by the way. And
like how your heel, like whatever you heel, is your heel going in? Is it going out? How's it work? And they also, whenever they did the scan, they also said my foot was not very deep. My heels weren't my arches weren't very arched. I've always been told historically I have high arches, but the scan was like, yeah, no, you don't have high arches at all. And so I was like, okay, cool. And then he's like, yeah, you have some really narrow feet too. And I was like, he's like, yeah, your feet, they just don't take up a lot of space. And I was like, okay, cool. Yeah. So got some.
Wait, drop the fucking. You're burying the lead here. There's a big fucking thing you found out. The biggest part of this, your shoe size. I feel like that's the biggest thing.
My shoe. Well, that's the thing, Carson. I'm self-conscious about my shoe size. I've always been. It's always I always got bullied to hell and back in school about my shoe size.
Why?
I don't know.
Wait. Okay.
But,
so. Are you fine with dropping the news? Because I think it's very interesting.
Yeah,
and then I want to unpack that a little bit.
I've always been historically around like a 10.5 or like a 10. And my dress shoes were always 9.5, and my bowling shoes were always 9.5. So like those, whenever somebody was like, "Oh, what shoe size?" and like every time I put on bowling shoes, I'm like, "Yeah, these are just way too big," and because they would also feel like clown shoes, inherently.
Yeah.
But they said like my true shoe size, with a little bit of give, is like 9.5, 9.5. So I got some 9.5s finally. But I think it's also, for me, it was also a little bit of comfortability thing. Like, how much do I like that? And that also maybe was contributing to the heel slip on things. But I genuinely, like, most of the shoes I got were always pretty tight around the heels anyway.
And a 10.5.
And a 10.5, yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked having a little bit of give so I could, like, at the end, so I could like move my foot up, especially if I'm like sitting down for a really long time, like kind of pull my shoes a little bit forward. But yeah, so if I was going to get and I did end up getting a running shoe, if I got a running shoe, then it needs to be a little bit closer. And I had never gotten an official reading on my foot before. So that was interesting. Got like a scan and everything. So
what size shoe were you getting bullied for having?
It was mostly, well, I guess I don't know. It was like bullied for having like small feet or too big feet compared to other people, and then being like, if you like the philosophy was that if you had big feet, you're gonna be taller. Right. And then also, I'm trying to remember what else they would like bully me for, but Crocs. Yeah, it was mostly that. It was like if you have small feet, then like you're not gonna be tall. And that was like always such a super self-conscious thing in middle school about. I was just always super duper fucking self-conscious about it.
Yeah, I just had to worry about being fat. I think my true shoe size is probably 10.5 as well, but I always get an 11 because they feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
But I have a pair of shoes that are 10.5, but I literally just bought them because it was the only size left and they fit.
Oh, and one more thing. Whenever they recorded me running too, just like from the back of my feet.
To make fun of you.
To make fun of me.
Yeah.
And they're like, God, look at you. You're such a fucking chud whenever you walk.
Look at you. You look like a pussy.
Look at you, you little chud. And they like slowed down the video and they're like, because when he initially watched, he also watched me walk with his bare eyes. No footage, no camera. He was like, yeah, you don't really have like that much of like a pronation on your heels, so it's not like you're collapsing your arch. And I was like, okay, cool. And then he like did the video and he's like, after watching the video, I think, we need a little bit more stability there, a little bit more support. And I was like, sounds good, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
he's
like, just walk he's like, just run as naturally as possible. He's like, now I know that sounds weird because like I'm going to be recording you doing it, but like,
let's go in this private room, take your socks off, and let's get a look at your feet. Lighting's better in this room.
They did have me take off my shoes and socks from
and
the
socks.
Stand.
I don't think I had to do that. Mine was this is interesting that yours was so in depth, because when I did it, it was like walk back and forth. We're gonna record it, and then that's it. But you know what? I wasn't getting shoes. I was getting insoles, so that's probably why. Wasn't as in depth. I didn't think about that. But now I want. Well, I want my feet looked at.
Take pictures of my feet.
Take a video of my feet, please.
The other thing I wanted to talk about this week that happened in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I finally figured out, because I don't know if you've ever ran into this, Carson, but people always talk about watching F1 and how much they love watching F1. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Mm-hmm. How do you even know when races are, let alone I suppose I do only follow like American sports avenues and like channels and stuff, but like F1 still has some American audience in some regards.
I just had a conversation with someone about this too. So,
okay,
but go on.
Yes, well, we can talk about that too. But I got a got a tweet on my Twitter today, on my Exeter, and you can. There was a way that you could connect your Apple TV account, if you have an Apple TV subscription, to get free F1 races for the year or something like that.
Okay.
You, like, watch, and it's like, because Apple produces all of the F1 races.
Right.
For some reason. And so they have an F1 app that gives you notifications whenever there's races, and there's, like, you have like favorite racers and things. So after seeing that, I was like, oh, if you just download the app,
it's just like
and
any
follow
sport.
the sports channel, if you like, you can watch those kind of things. And it was just always like, it was just all, not like the zeitgeist, but it was just kind of like always something there that I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how do you know when those are? Because it's always at like odd times. It's like 1 a.m. There's a race in Monaco, at 8 a.m. there, or something like that. It's like,
you're talking about Monica Lewinsky?
Yes.
Okay. I just had a conversation. My friend Wes, who maybe listeners of the show know,
and this goes well into your next topic.
It does perfectly. So, thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Again, real just contentious behind the scenes, guys. We're working through it though. Wes is a big F1 fan, recent F1 fan, and we were talking about it. And I didn't realize that F1 has like a season, like any sport does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but they have like a break in between, so it like starts. It starts soon.
I think it might be going on now, according to my F1.
Okay.
According to my F1 app.
According to my F1 app.
Now I have on my phone.
Oh, you got it. Are you gonna? Are you getting into F1? Is this you soft launching your F1? You're watching a race right now. Is there a race right now?
There is a race right now.
Where is it?
Australia.
Oh shit!
Start racing with the guys around you.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Yeah, we are. Sorry.
No, I don't care. It's probably fine. We were talking about that. Yeah, I didn't realize that there's like season. I'm gonna see your eyes like darting to the side while I'm talking. You're like, yeah.
Yeah, right. No, for sure. Yeah. No, go ahead.
And we were talking about that. And yeah, I just didn't realize that they had seasons because he's a big fan. So I also within the last like week or two learned how people find out when there's races and stuff because I had no idea either.
And they
have
have
that worked.
And then they also have highlights too of the race.
I might
just like how they have any other sport.
I might have to because I got Apple TV, so maybe I'll just get those notifications. And if I'm like, it's 1 a.m. and I'm high A balls, let's put on an F1 race. Why not?
Yeah, because we watched the one of the Vegas races on my birthday.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago. Yeah,
we sure did. That was the last time I saw you in person.
Merp.
Anyway,
can
I talk about my week?
Oh, one more thing. Jason Tatum is back after 10 months. 10 months after he tore his Achilles. So welcome back, Jason Tatum.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not realize he was out.
Oh yeah, well,
I did not.
Well, the Celtics have still been good without him. So.
Oh well. Listen, St. Louis' own. I like the guy. I got no problem with him. Well, I don't really have a problem with him. I support the guy. I like him. Gavin, I got some just horrible news to share with you. Just awful. It's really awful.
What happened? What happened, man?
This is tough, and I'm still unsure of this, so I'm not confirming anything just yet. But I might be becoming a Disney adult.
Right.
Something more important. I might be becoming a Disney adult, Gavin. And it's something I never thought it would come to this.
You know, it is funny because I had a conversation with a friend about this not that long ago, as in last night, and she had said it's really cool that Carson can go to Disney World whenever he wants. And I was like, yeah, but he doesn't really go that often.
What friend said this? Who are you talking? You were talking about me behind my fucking back?
We'll have a chat, Carson. We'll talk after the show, okay?
Oh, we're gonna talk after the fucking show because there's some shit that happened earlier that I'm fucking
Jesus
can't do it.
But yeah, you could go. How have you been going to Disney World? Like, what spawned you to go to Disney World this time?
First of all, it's Disneyland. Okay,
right, Mr. Nerd.
Disney World is in Florida, and this is the first time I've ever been. My mommy was in town. My mommy and daddy came to town. Well, first of all, let me just start the week off because my brother Hunter and his fiance Madeline came to town. Got to see them. We had 2 beautiful dinners, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we had 2 beauties.
We had 2 beauties back to back nights. We went toe to toe with 2 meals. It was great. It was so fun to see them. They went to Disneyland on Monday.
And I thought you went with them. That was I
didn't.
I thought that I was like, okay, this fucking went
guy
twice in a week.
I did not go twice, although I could have. So then they literally left town the day my parents got into town. Went and had dinner with them. The next day, my mom and I went to Disneyland together. We left. My dad had to work that day, and he would have had fun, but not really enjoyed it as much, which is totally fine. Like, to each their own.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I went to Disney World when I was like 8 or 9, and I fucking hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
It was hot. I don't like roller coasters. I still don't like roller coasters. But like my little pea brain didn't realize that there's way more rides than roller coasters there.
Yeah.
So but of course my parents made me go on a roller coaster when I was there, and we waited in line for like an hour and a half, and it was
okay. Let me pause you right there. It is kind of funny to make a kid go on a roller coaster that really doesn't want to go on a roller coaster. I mean,
I think they were just like, come on, just
good,
try it. Like, just do it. And I didn't
funny.
want to. And I like screamed and cried and,
right. It's pretty
made everybody's life miserable as well in the process, I'm sure.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I was probably less miserable than they were having to take me there. So I think I went on like 3 rides there and I hated it. And like, ever since then I was like, I don't like it. And then over the past few years, I was like, getting, there's podcasts and shows I listen to with like
Disney adults,
like semi Disney adults, and like I like those people, and the way that they talk about Disneyland got me like interested in wanting to go. And then I moved out here, and then I was like, yeah, whenever I find the time, let's go. And my mom was like, you want to go? And I was like, yeah, I'll be down, let's do it. So I was like, I didn't know what to expect because I don't go on rides. Never been a theme park person.
But you're a big movie guy now, and I think that is a different thing than like maybe when you were 8 or 9.
Definitely, yeah.
That kind of influences the experience of Disney World too. Yeah, Disneyland.
Yeah, and just the history of it too. Like that's where I was more interested, is like the history of Disneyland. Like just going to go see it. Like it is like a historical landmark at this point, and I was just more interested in going to see it and like walking around and trying the food and stuff like that. And so it was like a hellish process getting down there, because it's like hour and a half drive in traffic, and then you get there and then you're waiting in all these lines to finally get in. And we were kind of walking.
This is like the best time to go.
It is
before spring break.
We got super lucky. So yeah, we like got in. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is interesting. A lot of people, but not like an unbearable amount of people, because again, it is off season. And then we went straight. We like walked through. I got a churro, which was really good. And we were walking through, and I was still like trying to like see what I thought about it. I was like, I'm not really sure what I think about this. And we went to Star Wars Land first, which was fucking amazing.
Star Wars Land is insane.
It's incredible. Gavin, you got to see it.
So
man.
immersive.
You would fucking piss your pants there.
I pissed my pants whenever I went in 2018, and it wasn't even fully done at the park in Florida.
Oh, in Florida, right? Okay.
Yeah. So like,
I forget
still
that
it
they have
was-
that in Florida too.
but I want to go to at least Disneyland or Disney World, wherever they have like the Millennium Falcon outside.
Yeah, that's Disneyland. That's where.
Yeah,
they have
that's
it.
insane.
I
need
can
to
send
go.
you. I'll send you a picture. My mom took a picture of me in front of it because I asked her to.
Yeah.
So we went there first because I was like, I want to hit those two rides first. I want to hit the Millennium Falcon ride. I forgot what it's called, and Rise of Resistance, which is the newest one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've been on that one before, I think. We've been on one of the rides where they pick someone out of the crowd and they're like, "That's the rebel." Been on that one before.
I don't know.
That
what
was the one in
is.
Disney World.
What else happens on that ride?
You get chased by TIE fighters, I think. And like in like an escape pod.
Where it's
a
like
smaller
whipping
ship.
you around a room, like in a building?
No, it's like it's like
it's
you're just
simulation.
it's a simulation. Like it's you and like 20 other people.
Oh, okay. That's Star Tours. Yeah. I did ride Star Tours as well.
Star Tours is
Where is it like C-3PO's like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's Star Tours.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
one's been around
Sorry.
for a long time. That one's been around for a long time.
I've never
It has
been on that
nothing
as
to
a
do with
kid.
it. But yeah, so we went there first. We did the Millennium Falcon one first. I didn't really like that. It's a simulation one like Star Tours where it like shakes you around and moves you, but it like fucking whips you around. And I was like, okay, I didn't love that.
Got a cricket ride.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, that was a little uncomfortable, but like fun, cool. And I was like, okay, I'm getting into this. This is fun. And like, I'd plan on just like, if we did the Star Wars rides and that was it, I would be happy and we could go get lunch and leave from there. Then we went to do Rise of the Resistance, which is, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like, it's really cool. Cause like, even though like when you're getting into it is like a whole theatrical thing where they bring out, I can't remember who anybody is, but like the bad guy guards, they like board your ship and they're like, you need to get off. The First Order. And they like move you along and it's like actual cast members doing it. And then you get into like,
And they're walking around the park too, right? Like there's like stormtroopers walking around the park.
yeah,
right?
we saw stormtroopers, we saw Rey, we didn't see Kylo Ren, we did see Chewbacca, said what's up to him. That was really cool because it like the mouth moves, it's really cool. But yeah, Rise of Resistance, you're in like a smaller pod that's like a car that's like not set on a track, but like it's like programmed to go a certain way.
Right.
And that one's crazy because you whip through like AT-ATs, those big tall boys.
Yeah.
They're like actually there inside of like this like warehouse. And you're like whipping through the feet and you go up and you're like face to face with one and it starts shooting at you. It's fucking nuts. I won't ruin anything more than that. That was fucking incredible. That was so cool. Until the very end, we're like, we didn't know how far we were through it, but it seemed like we were towards the end. The ride just stops. All the pods stop. And it's like, please remain seated. We're like, whatever, working through an issue or something. And like waited a while and they're like, okay, we're going to have to turn the lights on. Like just remain seated. We're dealing with a technical issue. And so they turned the lights on. So I got to like see what it looks like with the lights on. And I
can't see your screen right now. So.
Oh yeah. I haven't pulled it up yet. Sorry, you worried me for a second. So they turned the lights on and I took a picture because I wanted to, I'm assuming people have seen it with the lights on before, but like, I know it's like a rare thing. People are like, I got to see this ride with the lights on.
You are a Disney adult.
I know, dude. I know all about it. So this is like a random, like it just looks like so boring. Like you can't really.
I can't see it.
You can't see it at all? What do you mean?
I'm only have your camera. You're not sharing your screen.
Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I apologize, Gavin. Hold on 1 second. Let me fix that.
I can't see it.
You're just seeing me through that camera. That's my bad. I've been
Through your laptop.
Did I do the right one? Yeah, now you're seeing it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they turn all the lights on, and then they like one of the first order guys comes out and he completely dropped the character and he's like, okay guys, so yeah, we're just dealing with a little he's like still in the first order garb.
Well, like the black garb.
Yeah, with the weird little like hat on.
Yeah.
And so he's just like talking to us normally, and then like one of the, I don't know.
He was an officer, Carson.
An officer, I'm sorry. And then one of like, I don't know, the good guys or whatever, they were like talking, and I was like, oh, this is funny to like see them talking together because they're like not supposed to.
Right.
But they made us get out and like walk through the rest of the ride. And so like we pretty much saw the whole thing, but it like broke down at the very end, which is very funny. They did give us free lightning passes to ride that ride again later if we wanted to, which is just like a fast pass.
Yeah.
Which was nice. But that like kind of sold me on it from there. And then we just like kept going on rides because the longest we had to wait for a ride was 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we went through like, I don't
Every
even,
ride.
6, 7, like 6 or 7 different rides. And it was fucking awesome. I was loving it. No roller coasters. We did, I'll just name them so I don't have to go through them all. We did those 2, and then we did Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
Which I love. That's my favorite ride.
Haunted Mansion's great.
That's,
I love the I will say they even do a good job with the waiting experience with that because they put like the gravestones with funny names on.
Yeah, I was loving those.
Yeah.
And then the elevator, like it's so cool.
Yeah, it's great.
That's my favorite ride. And then we did Indiana Jones, which was fine. It was cool. Pirates of the Caribbean, which I
Pirates
love.
of the Caribbean is a classic.
So cool. I did not realize how fucking intricate that one is.
And it's crazy because it's like those are like animatronics too.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think about that like that, and those are old too.
Very
like
old.
Those aren't very new either. Like they look really good.
Very, very old. And the funniest part is like those all of the animatronics look old and like of the time, and then they just throw in Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yep.
So it's like all these like pale white people and then this like really tan modern looking pirate.
Yeah.
And it's okay, sure, I guess you gotta make your money. I love that ride. And like, yeah, it's the way those old rides are set up are so strange and like just funny. I don't even know how to explain it. We did that, and then we did Buzz Lightyear Astro Blaster, which
a good one.
Was awesome.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I love that one. That one was great. It's a Small World, which is one of the OG rides.
Yep.
Real strange. Very, very strange ride, but cool. And then the newest ride there, which is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which was cool. It was interesting. I didn't love it, but I thought it was cool. But yeah, so like I was planning on doing 3 rides, and the next thing you know, I'm like, we're just jumping from ride to ride, and like my mom was enjoying it as well. It wasn't like I was dragging her along or she was dragging me along. We truly got swept up with the Disney magic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got home, and I like the next morning I woke up and I was like, I kind of want to go again. Like, when can I go again? And I'm like, fuck, it happened. It got me. The Disney magic got me somehow. Never would have thought I'd see the day, but here we are. So I loved it. It was great. The only thing I have to say that I thought was really funny is that the last thing I have to say about Disney that I think is really funny is that I've always heard that like becoming a cast member, becoming like even working at Disney is like the highest honor. It's so sought after and hard to get a job there. Dude, every ride worker, every like cast member who was working the rides could not have been less interested in being there. They're all like, okay, you guys, make sure you're all strapped in. Okay, you're good. Go ahead. And on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, there's like an interactive thing where like the cast member who's like helping run the ride and like corral people has like an interaction with Goofy on like a screen. And I don't even think she like was interacting with it at all. Because Goofy's like, okay, or do we have permission to take these people with us? And she goes, yep. And then there's like this long pause, and he's like, "Okay, then let's do it." And I was
Yeah,
like,
it was like, you know, if it was
okay.
maybe like a Friday night or a Saturday night in like June or July, probably. But since it was a Thursday in March,
I guess. I don't know. I feel like that I would be way more annoyed if it's busy. Like, this is a chill day. Like, lines are short. Like, I don't know. I'd be having more fun if there's less people. But
yeah,
I
I
think,
think I'm just thinking about like the appeal that it would be like, oh, you know, like there's gonna be like 100 people on this ride instead of having like an empty cart or something.
I guess
you know?
that's
It's
true.
Like,
I mean,
get to
it-
show out for those people.
yeah. I mean, it wasn't like empty car. Like, you would have never thought it was an off-season day. Like, it
Okay.
seemed
Still pretty busy.
insanely busy. But they know how to move people along on rides enough that the lines were short. But yeah, it was just like I'm not kidding. Every single ride operator, cast member person that we had any interaction with, like, did not want to be there at all. Like, did not seem happy. And I was like, oof. Okay, Disney magic, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you. I was like, great. I'm trying to have my fucking first experience, and you're
Can you guys
ruining
like
it.
cheer up?
It's
their first time here at Disneyland,
It's my mom's first time, and
and
first
mine
time.
too.
You please just make it better for us. But it was great. I'm going on and on about it, and I just realized that I missed my cue
did.
to talk
You missed
about
your cue.
Wes completely.
That's okay.
One last quick update. I meant to
That's why
mention
I
this,
said I knew you'd forget.
and I did. Yeah, it's terrible. One last quick update, and then we'll get into the meat of this episode. Last week we talked about the Samsung Galaxy S26 like Ultra. Yeah.
Yes.
And we had mentioned we had been talking about the camera stability thing that was blowing
Yes.
our minds.
It still blows my mind whenever I see it.
Same. And I said some real dumb shit by saying I think there's probably a gimbal inside of there that's keeping the camera locked on. And I talked to Wes, who is a nerd. He said I can call him a nerd. He didn't say that. I just called him a nerd, and he seemed to accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I asked him, I was like, what is happening with this? I didn't show him the video, but he knew what I was talking about right away.
Of course. Yeah. Nerd.
And he's like, to my understanding, and I'm going to butcher this because I've kind of already forgot what he said. What's happening is they're like cropping in a little bit. So they're like, you're losing some of what the camera is seeing. And they're just rapidly, oh shit, what did he say? They're doing something, fuck, I can't remember. See, now I can't remember now. It was rapidly changing the pixels or something that it's just like rapidly adjusting where it is, like from sending from the camera to the sensor or something like that. It's like rapidly changing. So it's not a gimbal. Long story short, it's not a gimbal. It's rapidly changing the pixels, which is even more mind-blowing to me.
Right.
That it's rapidly changing something instead of just like stabilizing the camera. And he said they've tried like the gimbal thing before, so I wasn't totally wrong.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't work because it's just too bulky to do
Yeah.
that. It's just easier to do it with the actual computer inside of it.
It's like literally reinventing it from like first principles.
Yeah. And we talked about the privacy screen thing.
Yeah.
Actually, he brought that up after I talked about the camera. He's like, have you seen the privacy screen thing? I'm like, yeah, it's nuts. And that one I can explain a little bit better. He says that like he thinks that it's an OLED screen,
Yeah.
which is just made up of a bunch of different small colored
Individual
dots.
pixel. Yeah.
Yeah, individual colored
like,
pixels.
Red, green, blue pixels.
Yeah, like little lights. And he says that he thinks they're shaped in like a fan, like almost like a fan.
Yeah.
Each color or each pixel. And the way they do the privacy screen thing is they're just turning some of the ones on the outer edge off.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. Or they'd also like Samsung's demonstration showed that like they had like this circle on top that would like kind of contract or not over it, but
Oh,
that would be
okay.
like impossible. They're like, that was
Okay.
basically, I think that was what it was. Is that was like, this is basically what it is.
Uh-huh.
But what it probably really is like he said, like it's probably just like shutting off like the most
Yeah. Because
anterior.
Because he explained it really well with an OLED screen, like older OLED screens. The only way you could like see them how you're supposed to is by sitting right in front of them.
Front of it.
Because
Yeah.
if you move to the side, then you get this like kind of banding, warping where you're only seeing like greenish colors and stuff like that.
Right.
So now they've changed it to where it's like shaped differently. So when you move, you see everything. So then they turn some of them off. So when you move, you don't see anything at all.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still pretty cool. I've
Crazy.
seen people in the following days complain about the possible like downgrade in screen quality. Like whenever you have that turned on, is that it like makes it 720p or something like that instead of like 1440. But it's like but it makes sense because if you think about it, you know, it's like it's not as high resolution.
Yeah.
Just in general, and like any of those privacy screens that you see on normal, like on like iPhones and stuff, is that they make the screen quality way worse.
Yeah.
Because like you have to.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. I wouldn't complain about that.
No, I wouldn't complain about that either. Like it's like, yeah, what do you want?
Yeah. What do you want? You can't have both. It's
Yeah.
one or the other.
Totally agree. Well, let's jump into the actual episode here, folks. Let's jump into the meat and potatoes. Let's jump into the stories. Because we got a fart wearable.
Yeah, we do.
Tell me all about this, Gavin. Or should
So-
we just watch it?
We just watched a video. He explains it.
Okay.
Exactly everything I would say about it. We can have a conversation about it as well.
Here it is. Here's a fart wearable in case you guys are wondering like I am. Let's check this out.
We've developed the smart underwear, the first wearable device to continuously monitor intestinal gas. It's kind of funny, but it measures farts. The smart underwear device is a tiny wearable device about the size of a stack of nickels. It attaches to your
AirTag.
underwear adjacent to the perineum. It's bring your own underwear, so we have snaps that work with all types of underwear. When you plug it in, it uploads to your phone via an app like a Fitbit. We're trying to establish the baseline of human flatulence patterns. Right now, flatulence have never been measured before. So with the Human Flatus Atlas, our goal is to have thousands of people participate and then measure the flatus pattern so we can understand the normal physiological range.
I like this guy's name. His name's Brantley Hall.
Farting
Also,
for
this-
science, Brantley Hall is letting it rip.
This looks like a guy who would measure farts. No offense, buddy. Put a hat on that head. I'm taking that from Tim. That's Tim's thing. Oh, I didn't even talk about that drama, but whatever. We're past that. Tim
Yeah,
was-
I mean, this is interesting. I thought that this is something that would have already existed, that like we know like what farts consist of, but we don't.
First of all, Human Flatus Atlas. That's a mouthful. That's a mouthful of your own farts.
It's pretty good. I like it. It's
I'm
clever.
also confused. So he says it attaches down by the perineum, of course, my favorite part of the underwear.
right.
I'm
It
not.
doesn't plug into your butthole, by the way. I think it's
okay,
a magnet that sits on the
alright.
outside.
I wasn't thinking that.
Well, I will say that was my first initial thought when it was like plugged into the USB cable.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it would be plugged into your ass.
Yeah. I mean, I
Well,
wish it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my thinking is like, I'm still confused how it's attaching down there. If it's like magnets
magnet.
it's magnets.
Yeah. It's got to be a magnet.
My first thought is, what happens if your butt hair gets caught in that? And it gives a little tug. That's gonna send you in the air like Tom. Tom. Exactly. You ever? I mean, listen. Let's get gross here first. I'll just say it for myself. Sometimes things happen and something pulls down there in a way. For some reason, I don't even know why it happens, but ooh, mama, that does not feel good when something gets tugged down there.
No.
Get a little bit of a loose one.
Yeah.
So now I'm putting a magnet down there,
Or some kind of snapping mechanism, I think.
which is even
But
worse. I would rather have a magnet than something that clips in right there. Oof.
I'm also just thinking how odd it would be like if you're walking around and then it falls out of your pants.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, Why did you have that in your pants?
Why did you have an air tag in your
Oh,
underwear?
well, I'm trying to measure what's in my farts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to measure my farts. Is that okay? It's the first time we're getting to do this thanks to Brantley Hall. Yeah. Well, I got to read this part of this post.
It's pretty good. It's a whole article.
I just want to read this last part.
Article.
It just goes on to say, however, doctors have no reliable way to measure how many farts this biome puts out each day. Published estimates hover around 10 to 14 air biscuits daily. ABD. I've just never heard it called an air biscuit. Have you?
I think so, a couple times.
Like, how do I volunteer my husband for this? Well, there's that.
I would also be very curious what that bell curve looks like. Like the most extreme people who fart, how many times a day do they do it?
Most extreme people.
Well, yeah, most extreme farters in the world.
Listen,
I'm coming from a medical background here. Okay, I'm coming from a medical curiosity here.
If we get 5 likes on this video, it's not asking for much. I'll get one, and if it's not too expensive, I'll get one, and I'll put one. Yeah. I'll put one down there for a week.
I'm very, very, very curious. Very interested.
The part of me is curious. The other part of me is like, I don't want to find out that something bad is going on.
Well, I don't think it would be able to I don't think it would be like a super duper like bio. Here's a breakdown of like everything that was in your fart or something like that. I think it would just be measuring how many times a day you fart, probably.
Well, I can measure that with a pen and paper. And I have. And I will on our Patreon.
Put that on our Wikipedia page. Carson averages about 26 farts a day.
I don't know how many it is.
It's in the upper echelon, though.
It's pretty extreme. It's up there.
It's up there.
Speaking of farts, you ever thought about splitting them in half, saving one for later?
Every day.
You ever want to let out just a half of a fart, not a whole?
I really just what happens is I if I don't want to do it, I just hold it in and I feel like I start sweating.
That's happened before. Yeah, you pucker up and just hit a warhead.
Yeah.
It hurts to keep them in, but sometimes you got to. It's just not appropriate.
I don't want them to know it's me.
I don't want them to know that I did it. Well, if you ever do want to split them in half and save one for later, try the Cheek Splitter 9000. This comes from the New York Post. Someone on our favorite. We love the New York Post. The torturous Cheek Splitter 9000 airplane seat worries travelers about the future of flight. Now, I was immediately like, what is this about? Of course, it comes from a Reddit post, if you can believe that, which I actually don't have open. So hold on, let me get that open. I thought I did. Someone on Reddit posted. Does that show anything weird? No, we're good. Posted about the Cheek Splitter 9000 on Reddit, and they said, I've been on a lot of planes around the world, but this was a first, and this is on Japan Airlines. And then you get closer and it says, do not sit here. So it's not like in a seat. They're not like like the New York Post made me think that they were like changing to this model of seat. And I was like, in what world does that make any sense? And I was like, maybe it's like on like smaller like jumper planes or something. Like why would they change to this kind of seat? And then it turns out it's just like a guard to not have people sit there, which doesn't really make any sense because, like, I mean, this isn't going to stop anybody from sitting in that seat. It's just going to be like, oh, well, this is weird. I guess I straddle this thing. It's just very strange.
It's got to be it's just like a cushion that they change out, right?
Yeah, I think it's just like it's something they put over the seat, I would assume, like a seat cover. But it's like, I don't know, just put a sign on there. And also, yeah, I don't know, just put a sign on it that says like don't.
Well, because if a sign is there, someone's got to sit on the sign.
Well, you put a sign. You put a sign on the back like so it's big right there. Don't sit here.
Hey, this works too, bud.
It's just so small.
And I feel like you could sit on that.
You could definitely sit on it. People were saying, so there's some pretty funny comments. So the Cheek Splitter 9000 comes from a commenter. Someone said, I thought it was a premium seat at first. Someone said, I thought it was a Sibian.
There it is.
Which I was like,
I thought it was a Sibian.
I actually thought it was a Sibian.
Have you ever tried riding the Sibian?
You want to ride the Cheek Splitter 9000 on Japan Airlines?
What's a new iteration of our Sibian that we have here on the show on Howard Stern?
It's actually an old airplane seat that we're making vibrate. Isn't that cool?
You want to ride the Sibian?
So that's the Cheek Splitter 9000, and that'll just about do it for our of the day. Let's talk about something somewhat serious, very briefly though. So, a couple days ago, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear a dispute over copyrights for AI-generated material. I completely forgot about this. About a year ago, they actually, and I'm sure we talked about this on the show, they ruled that AI-generated art, music, whatever, does not fall under copyright law. You cannot copyright it. You cannot claim it as your own because it is made by a machine, not by you, which is great. We love that because that keeps rights for actual artists and doesn't give rights to machine-created slop. I don't know why you would want to copyright any of it anyways.
And AI already kind of like scratch it, or kind of like slops up content that is already made and makes it its own,
right?
Which is like not legal either.
Which I don't even think the Supreme Court is factoring that in. I think they're just factoring the fact that it's not made by a human, technically.
Right.
But I could be wrong. But this update I was happy to hear this update, and then I go on to read, and this comes from CNBC.
Canadian.
Is that what it is? I actually don't know if is that what it is? I don't know. It doesn't matter. The U.S. Supreme Court declined on Monday to take up the issue of whether art generated by artificial intelligence can be copyrighted under U.S. law.
It's not Canadian.
It's not at all. I didn't think it was. And you just lied to me.
It's
so we're going to talk about that
later.
later.
Business channel. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Putting that on the list. Denise, can you add that to the list? My lawyer's here because we have a big meeting. Copyright law under U.S. law, turning away a case involving a computer scientist from Missouri who was denied a copyright for a piece of visual art he made by his AI system. And I was like, Missouri? Oh, interesting. But then this happens. Plaintiff Stephen Thaler, I don't know who that is.
We know somebody who does know him, very likely.
Yeah, probably.
Very likely.
Because Stephen Thaler had appealed to the justices after lower courts upheld a U.S. Copyright Office decision that AI crafted visual art at an issue in the case was ineligible for copyright protection because it did not have a human creator. Thaler of St. Charles, Missouri, the small hometown where Gavin and I come from, it all comes back around somehow. This was not on I did not pull this because of it being a hometown thing. I was going to talk about this either way. Applied for a federal copyright registration in 2018, covering, quote, a recent entrance to paradise, visual art, he said his AI technology, Dabus, created. The image shows train tracks entering a portal surrounded by what appears to be green and purple plant imagery. I haven't done this yet. I'm going to see if I can find this piece of quote unquote, I'm just going to call it slop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can find it actually. That came up way quicker than I thought it would. Let me get like a good.
Well, it was AI generated again based off of his. It started to eat itself here.
Yeah.
In the AI world.
And I would also like to say, so this is what it looks like.
Wow, that looks great, man.
I mean, it's like, if I'm being completely honest, it's like the best image I've seen created by AI, which isn't saying really anything. I would also like to say that because of the Supreme Court's ruling, this is actually our piece of art. We own this, Gavin and I together. This is our piece. We own this. We don't have copyright laws on it, but it is ours. because it's not covered, so we can claim it as our own. So this is ours.
This is our show's new logo.
This is our new logo. It's ours. We own this.
Yeah,
So yeah,
perfect.
we're really proud of it. Really proud of whatever all this is. So he was like, this is so beautiful. I need to get copyright because somebody could steal this. I mean, we just
somebody would
stole it.
want to pass this off as their own.
Somebody would want to make this their podcast art, and we will. It's ours now.
It's ours now.
It is. We own it.
And yep, it's ours now.
And yep. Oh, look at that. It's ours. The Copyright Office rejected his application in 2022, finding that creative works must have human authors to be eligible to receive copyright. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration had urged the Supreme Court not to hear Thaler's appeal. Wow, very rare Mr. T dub right there. Very surprising.
I pity the fool.
Very surprising because of all of the AI stuff they've encouraged. Yeah, and peddled, that they would be like, nah, we don't even want to, even bother with it.
Don't even bother. Yeah.
So yeah, very
good for them, I suppose.
I guess. What
was the ruling? Was it like 7-3 or like what is it? 7-0, 6-0? What was it? 6-2, 5-2, whatever.
I don't know. It doesn't say that.
How many are there? I don't remember how many Supreme Court justices there are. 9?
Huh. I don't know. Maybe it'll say let's. This article's short, so I'm just gonna read the rest of it. The Copyright Office has separately rejected bids by artists for copyrights on images created by AI system Midjourney. Those artists urged that they were entitled to copyrights for images they created with AI assistance, unlike Thaler, who said his system created a recent entrance to paradise. Which that's different. Like he created the AI that created it. But it's like, I'm sure it's still pulling from the internet, it's still not
it got
yours.
Trained on something.
Yeah.
And I think, in all honesty, about time there was a big ruling on AI for copyright shit, because I got really fucking sick of people being like, AI art is still art, and like, it lets people, use art, and lets people, one of the other things I saw was that I was like, it lets disabled people make art and stuff like that. And I was like, I've seen that before too. And I was like, whoa, we're getting a little bit ableist here.
Yeah.
Whoa, let's do a little bit of thinking here.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of amazing disabled artists
that's
out
what
there.
I mean. Trust me, I know. I was like, that is crazy work.
Yeah, I don't want to dig too much deeper into that, but
there were people that were saying that.
Okay.
That were like advocating for AI art, and it was like, dude, AI art is trained on other real artists' art. It's like it's Ouroboros. It's just training itself on itself at the end of the day. So stupid, and it's still kind of all AI art still kind of has a piss yellow filter on it because of that fucking Studio Ghibli shit that people were making last year.
Oh yeah, okay.
Still has a piss filter on it.
Interesting.
Any AI they're trying to work the yellow out of it still.
I honestly, I don't even want to dig any deeper into that because I didn't know about that, and I don't really.
I'm keyed into the anti-AI art movement stuff.
I would like to be as well. I'm not like keeping up on what.
Oh yeah,
I'm not keeping up on the piss filters and stuff.
I'm keeping up with the piss filters.
He's keeping up with the piss filters. Continuing on,
with the fist filters.
Fist filters.
The Fist Filters was my band name in high school.
It was. I remember that.
The Fist Filters.
You guys were all right.
Yeah.
A federal judge in Washington. Well, you're playing like Kiss covers, which I thought was strange.
I was made for loving.
It was Kiss covers, but you were calling them piss covers.
Yeah.
The Fist Filters.
I was made for pissing you, baby.
That was the hit.
Made for pissing me.
A federal judge in Washington upheld the office's decision in Thaler's case in 2023, writing that human authority is better. Yeah, anyways. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia Circuit affirmed the ruling in 2025. Thaler's lawyers told the Supreme Court in a filing that his case was of paramount importance. Okay. Considering the rapid rise of generative AI. With a refusal by the court to hear the appeal, Thaler's lawyers said, even if it later overturns the Copyright Office's test in another case, it will be too late. The Copyright Office will have irreversibly and negatively impacted AI development and use in the creative industry during critically important years. Sure. I don't know. I said I was going to read the rest of it, but this is kind of getting boring.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Fuck
just
that.
lawyer shit. Like, I mean, lawyers,
It's not going to be that important.
Lawyers say the darndest things. I've always said.
That's good.
Anyways, let's talk about some. Well, yeah, let's do this question of the week. We're bringing back question of the week.
Carson, this came to me while I was making coffee this evening. I was really tired.
Which you have in the room, I believe.
I've been sipping on it during the episode.
Oh, you have been, actually.
Yes. I made some coffee this evening, and
At
the
what
thought
time?
process 5 p.m. Made
Yeah.
some coffee this evening.
I just want people to
Went
know
down to
that
my went down to my hotel lobby and I grabbed some coffee.
that was a long 5 p.m. was a long time ago. I just want people to know. He's still sipping on it.
Oh shit.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
That is a long time ago. I didn't realize that. Anyway, I just really like the taste of coffee.
I do
So
too.
my question to you, and the reason why I was thinking about it was because I remember kind of like 5-course meals always have like a coffee at the end of the night. They're like, "Oh, you want coffee?" Or you know, someone will at a fancy restaurant or at
I think just any restaurant.
sit down
Most,
some sit down restaurants will have like not even really espresso martinis, but actually like hot coffee.
Yeah.
That they brew on site and just like serve it up to patrons that are leaving. Or like it's like a wrap up drink for dinner.
Yeah.
And I was curious. I was like, have you ever seen that? Have you ever done that at coffee at night? What are your thoughts?
I probably, like you, if I had to guess, growing up always thought that was really strange because like why would you have caffeine before like at the end of dinner?
Right.
Like you're going to go to bed in like a couple hours.
Yeah,
and then it's like, oh, well, you have decaf coffee, but it's like most people aren't getting decaf coffee. They're just getting the regular schmegula
Yeah.
and drinking that up. And then as I got older, because the other thing I was going to say is like growing up, you'd hear about it in restaurants, but also growing up at like Thanksgiving and Christmas at my grandparents' house, they
we
would
didn't do
have
coffee
coffee
together.
with desserts. It'd be like coffee and pumpkin pie. And I was always like, really? People want coffee right now? It's like 8:00. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's exactly That
Yeah.
that thought also crossed my mind, but we never had it at our dinner.
We never did that weird shit. But as I've gotten older, I don't do it often, but occasionally I will. Like if when did I guess I had a coffee with, that was lunch though. I very rarely do it at dinner. I think like one of the only times I did it at dinner was when I was in New York a couple years ago. And at a lot of the Italian restaurants in New York, they'll bring you a free dessert, and it's pretty much like these mini beignets that they'll just bring over,
Right.
like compliments of the house. And I got a decaf cappuccino with that because I like the taste of coffee, and I was like, it's like 9 p.m. I don't want to have a fucking regular cappuccino right now. So I'll occasionally do it. It's very like I'm not like at the end of a meal like fiending for it.
You're like give me the coffee, give me the coffee,
I
give me
need
the coffee.
the coffee. But I think it really is just like an old thing that they just like haven't gone away with. Cause I think it's like a very like, 50s, 60s thing to have coffee after
Yeah,
dinner.
and then I also thought about it that I was like, okay, like I'm 26, I'm not like young, So like, I'm not old, but I'm not old at all by any means, but like if you're thinking about like the college mindset is that it's like, you can have a beer and you can drink all fucking night. Well, now it's
Sure.
like if I stay up past like 10:30, 11 o'clock, I get like fucking bushed. I'm like so tired just because like you're working, you're not in college anymore. You're working all day.
Yeah.
You have a sleep schedule and you get stuck on that schedule but like you're supposed to be on that schedule. And I think I had a coffee after a meal like a couple weeks ago because we were going to go out somewhere else afterwards. And I was like, it
gotta stay
helps
awake.
in that regard because it helps you go longer in that regard because it's like, oh, I get to go out and go out do more drinks now, you know,
Vitality.
be awake. So like, and also I the Google AI summary said it was like for helping digestion and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess I do shit quite a bit when I eat coffee, but
Good to know.
good to know.
Good to
No,
know.
I'm kidding, but like I don't know. That was just like something else that they had mentioned in some articles too. Like Wikipedia mentions it too.
Yeah, I very rarely do it, but I would do the same. Like if it's like we're having dinner and then we're gonna go out, I'm gonna be like, I could probably use a coffee. I'm gonna get a coffee.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because we didn't eat anywhere. I did not eat anywhere special in Phoenix. Whenever I was there. And so like if I feel like if I sat down at a restaurant, they probably would have offered coffee there too.
Yeah, we were. I mean, it was lunch, so I guess it made more sense. And they were like, "Do you want coffee and dessert?" And we were like, "No." But yeah, it is. I think it's just like an old thing that never went away.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah, they're like, "You want a cigarette? You want a Virginia Slim?"
Yeah, they
And
offer
I said,
you.
"Yes, please."
You need a light?
And I said, "Yeah."
Need a light in the coffee?
You want me to light your coffee? Great question, Gavin. I want to talk about Timothée Chalamet. He's an actor. I don't know if you've heard of him. He was in the Dune movies. He was also Mr. Wonka in Mr. Wonka's Playhouse, Chocolate Emporium.
And Mario Supreme. Mario Supreme was Mario Supreme. Mario Supreme.
He was in Martin with Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis. That's not Martin Lewis. What's Martin? Martin from Martin?
Scorsese.
No. You know the Martin?
Short.
No. From the show. From the show called
Mario
Martin.
Supreme.
No, Martin, the show. Hold on, I'm gonna figure this out. It's gonna drive me nuts. There's a show in the 90s. It's called Martin.
Shut up.
Hold on. I'm gonna figure this out.
My F1.
Watch your F1 while I figure this out. Martin. Which Martin was that? It was Martin Lawrence. Did I say Martin Lawrence?
No.
It was Martin Lawrence. That's what I'm thinking of. Anyways. So this is Martin Supreme. And I think this was like a couple weeks ago, unless they did another one, but he did like a sit-down interview on Variety with Matthew McConaughey. That was really interesting. Yeah, where
I did see that, but only parts of it. I know I saw.
Same. I saw it when they were.
Didn't really go into it.
I saw when they were talking about Interstellar, and Matthew
Yeah.
McConaughey's like, "I've only seen it once," and Timothy is like, "What? You've only seen it once? What do you mean?" And like Kylie Jenner for Timothy's birthday, like surprised him with a screening of Interstellar, and I was like, "That's kind of strange," but like I think he just loves that movie.
It is a really good movie.
Like he was stoked that she surprised him with that. It wasn't like,
He's in it.
Okay. Yeah, he's in it. He's like in it. So I just think it's funny to like, I don't know. It's cool that he loves a movie that he's in. It's a fantastic movie. But so they did this sit down interview, and again, like I thought it was a while ago, but like this week, all of a sudden this clip of him, throwing shots at ballet and opera is now popping off. Now before we go into it, let's just watch the clip of what he said before we pass any judgment on it. So here he is. Here's Timothée Chalamet.
And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera or, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though no one cares about this anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. I just lost 14 cents in viewership. But, damn, I just took shots for no reason.
That's not a shot. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. So.
Sorry.
So you can tell he immediately is like, fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think
He grew up in
anybody's...
New York, so like I get where he's coming from on that regard.
But also he's not like saying anything that's not
that
true. Like
it is a dying art form. Nobody's doing it.
Unfortunately, it is, and I don't think he's like boasting. Like he's like, thank God it's dying. Fuck that. I would never want to be in that. But I think what he's saying is true. He's like, I don't want to be in that. Like, I don't want to.
He's an actor.
Yeah, I don't want to go down with the ship. And unfortunately, it is going down. And I think he would also say, unfortunately, people aren't like ballet and opera isn't like a poppin' thing right now.
Right.
And it is in like certain circles, of course, but it's
Oh,
not
I know.
like, you know, because you went to an opera. And what did you think? He's going to go grab it. I just don't. I mean, I think if he said that and kept going on about it, I would be like, my name is Florence. That's my favorite Weezer song. Whoa, it was the world premiere. And what did you think of it? What'd you think of going to the opera? Because I've never been to either opera or ballet.
That was also a place that offered coffee.
Yeah.
The opera started at like 8:00. And it was like,
you want a coffee? Because they know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of old people, but
yes,
it was a pretty packed house for what it was. But yeah, I will say the advertisement is on the advertisement is on the box.
Yeah.
You know what you're getting. And like the stereotype is true that like opera, they are literally singing every line of it. And like nobody, I don't think that, I think I took that for granted too, is that it was like, I didn't think it was really like, I didn't think that they would actually do that. And then it was like, oh, they actually did do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but it was really cool. Like I did like it. I did like it quite a bit, but
okay.
I'm someone that, and I could understand them. And I'm someone that, I guess in that regard, I'm more of a classical, traditional actor. I'm not somebody that wants to jump out into the crowd and shit like that. I just kind of want to sit on stage and say my lines and go to place A to point B to point A to point C.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it is a dying art form, and I do understand like, where he's coming from on that, and he's probably grew up with people that wanted him to go into the opera, and he's probably friends with people that are in operas, and there's people that are in musicals and plays in New York that I know he's friends with, and like and even act. I mean, like if you allow me to show my nerd side off a little bit, but like Gaten Matarazzo from
Gaten
Mazzarato from however you say his last name, I can't remember it.
Mazzarato.
He started on Broadway as like in musicals and stuff.
I didn't know that.
And so it's like there are people who start out on Broadway and still get into Hollywood movies and shows and things.
I mean, I think Broadway and plays and musicals is a completely different thing than ballet and opera is. Like, I mean, people strive to do Broadway. Thing. No. Broadway's still like, I think, held at a higher acclaim than like starring in a Martin Scorsese movie or a Christopher Nolan movie. Like, truly, I do think that. I think amongst you go to any actor and talk to them, and I think they would say the same. That like a Broadway role is still like.
But they're like opera, way below.
I don't, probably some people would. Timothy might. But also, like, the other thing too is like the joke of opera and ballet being boring has been a joke for like centuries. Decades. Like, centuries, forever. That's just been like the punchline. And sure, it's played out, of course. But I mean, like, he's joking. And the joke isn't even that bad. And he realized that he fucked up and apologized for it immediately. Right. I just don't see this being like, I'm seeing literal posts about like Timothée Chalamet in serious hot water for disgusting comments. I'm seeing people call what we just watched disgusting. And I'm like, are we watching the same thing? That is the most mild criticism. It's not even criticism. He's making a joke and then immediately realizing he fucked up. And like, I'm really sorry, no offense.
It's more of an observation.
Yeah. And he's just saying, I don't want to be in that. And a lot of the posts are like, well, you wouldn't be allowed in it anyways. And it's like, cool. He doesn't want to. You don't have to have him either. It's fine.
Do that either.
And like,
to prove anything.
The other thing I've been seeing is people being like, artists need to support other artists. And it's like, I totally agree. But again, he is making the lightest joke or whatever you want to call it ever. Like and then immediately being like, no offense, like all respect two people in opera and ballet.
And then he says like, damn, I'm taking shots now.
Yeah. And he's like, fuck, I didn't mean to do that. Like, I just don't like, this isn't a cancelable offense.
No,
I totally agree. Artists support other artists, but like, it's okay, man. We all have our preferences. Like, you know, it's just not that big of a deal.
And Jamie Lee Curtis reposted something on Instagram
yeah.
stories. I realized it wasn't actually official a statement, so you don't have to say anything. But
okay,
it was a reply. It was basically a video calling, like you said, like just doing like a artist should support other artists kind of thing.
Oh,
like
so
she reposts like a reels to her story criticizing Timothée Chalamet
of what he said.
Comments.
Okay,
yes,
sure. I mean, whatever. I just like I just think people aren't seeing what he actually said. Like, I think because every time it took me a while to find the full clip, because every clip was him just saying like, I don't want to be in the art and ballet and be in this dying art form, and then it would cut off. They wouldn't show him immediately realizing he fucked up and apologizing and say no disrespect.
Right.
And if you took that as disrespect, then you're welcome to have your own opinion.
Well entitled to that.
Yeah. But again, I think it's just an out of context thing that's getting way blown out of proportion.
I agree.
Once again, I'm, coming to the aid of Timothy. Here we are again.
You're not even a fan of him, right?
No, I like him. I totally defend him. I don't get why people hate on him.
Okay.
I think it's just because he's in, I mean, I think we should give roles to other people, and, he doesn't need to be casted and everything. I understand what he is. He brings in money, and, but I like him. I like him as an actor, personally. Yeah. And I love Interstellar. Let's talk about Star Wars and movies. Well, first of all, let's do a quick Carson Cinema Corner, and then we'll get into Star Wars. I'm jumping the gun. This past week, Gavin, I saw a movie that I told you before is one of the best movies I've seen in years. Truly. And that is Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I knew nothing about Nirvana, the band, which is the name of this comedy duo that I believe they started on Vice and had a web series there. And then they had like a separate web series from Vice. And this is going back like years and years, like 2008, like mid to late 2000s or early to mid 2000s. And they're based in Toronto and in Canada. So I think I heard an interview with them. They went on someone who I'm friends with and produce one of her shows, Julie Klausner's show, How Was Your Week? Which is a great episode. She interviewed both of them, Jay and Matt. And it didn't really sound like, my assumption was like, oh, this is a Canadian thing that I've never seen before. But I don't know if it really was like that. I think like it's just like you had right place, right time, you would catch their show. But they've been wanting to make this movie for years and years. Like obviously there's like a flashback to 2008 in it. I won't ruin too much, but they've been like, they shot some of it back in 2008 and then filmed the rest of it recently. And I believe it was put out by Neon, I believe. $2 million budget. Dude, it's so good and so funny. And like, I don't even know how they got away with a lot of the stuff they shot, because it feels like they probably weren't using permits, because they're like literally filming stuff like out on the street, like interacting with people who I don't know. Half the time maybe are actors, half the time maybe aren't, and we're just like there and are all of a sudden in this movie. And then there's also like scripted stuff. It's incredible. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. It's so funny. If you like Back to the Future, it is like, and I mean this in the best way possible, directly ripping off Back to the Future while also referencing Back to the Future. Like Back to the Future is in this world and they're literally like ripping it off. And I mean that in the best way. I don't mean that in like
it's not
a negative way. Yeah. It's just incredible. I loved this movie so much. It's so fun. If you're a fan of I Think You Should Leave, and even like, Tim and Eric, like any of that like alt comedy stuff, you will love this. And even if you aren't, like if you're just like, I like silly, weird comedy movies, you'll love this. It's so fun. And you don't have to know anything about this comedy
Who they
duo.
are.
No, not at all. I knew literally nothing going into it besides that people would not stop talking about this movie for the right reasons. Like, truly go see this movie in a theater if you can. It's awesome. It's so good. Now let's talk about Star Wars, because I finally watched Rogue One. I want to be completely honest and say I need to rewatch the last like 10 or 15 minutes or so because I fell asleep.
Oh, Carson, those are like literally that is the whole point of the fucking movie. We wanted you to watch it is the last 10 to 15
But
minutes.
I know what happens.
Not in the way you think it does, man. It's so fucking good.
I'll watch it. I will watch. I just didn't have time to watch. I didn't have time to rewatch that part.
Well, we can do that tonight. We're rewatching that. That's my favorite.
Sure.
part of the movie.
Yeah, I will watch. I'm not like not gonna watch it. I loved it. It's everything you said it was. It's so fun. It's such a fun standalone.
It's not super corny. It's
No.
very well shot. It really does a good job of establishing like new planets, new characters.
Mm-hmm.
Really good in that regard.
But it feels like it's a part of that original trilogy. And
Yeah.
even like, but also using elements of the prequels too. Like it just feels like it fits so well into that. And again, not overhauling on IP and like using characters and talking about these, like, you know, it doesn't like, it's not grossly about Darth Vader or grossly about, you know, they don't talk about, I don't think they
Luke
even
Skywalker.
Yeah, they don't mention any of that. But it like still works. It still makes sense. And of course they bring in Darth Vader, which is really fun, but it's not until like almost an hour and a half into the movie that he gets brought in. And there is a C-3PO and R2-D2 cameo, which I thought was great too. I thought that was fun.
It's like well done. It's like it's a little fan servicey, but like still, you know,
But
they
not
probably had to do that to not super duper.
Not super heavy. Like I'm so sick of like super fan servicey stuff, and I wasn't like grossed out watching this. I was along for the ride and loving it.
That battle on like the tropical planet was really cool. That was a really cool sequence.
Yes.
It's called Scarif.
Yes. I'm like trying to remember which part of that was.
That's a really cool battle. I like that a lot. That was really neat. I just love the stakes are super high, and like I don't know if you got to this. I don't know if you remember this part, but they both die at the end basically because like the planet explodes or something like that. You know, like something happens.
I don't remember that part, but that's fine. I don't care. I'm not like I don't. You know.
I cannot believe. I really cannot believe that. But that is the whole point of the movie is like the last like 10, 15 minutes.
I'll watch it.
Unbelievable.
I will watch
great.
it.
It's great.
It's amazing. I loved it. It's so fun, and I loved all the characters in it. I thought it was great. And now I got to watch the new trilogy. So I'm on to next. And now but now because now I'm a Disney adult, I got to watch them.
Yeah, I do really really like 7. I like 7 a lot.
Okay.
I like 7 a lot.
I've seen them. I think I've seen all of them. Do I remember?
I saw 7 in theaters.
I think I did too.
That was I've never had that many chills in my life.
That's when he pulls out, when you see the lightsaber and you're like, whoa, it's got 3 sides.
Even the first like fucking 5 minutes where he stops the blaster in the sky, like in the middle of them shooting at him, and he stops it.
Because he's so powerful.
Yeah, so sick.
He's really
Just
heavily...
like that. Nobody's ever done that before. Nobody's ever done that before in a Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. So it was like, whoa.
I'm excited to see it. And that's the one where, spoiler alert, Han Solo dies.
We're going to 2209 Star Wars
Let's
trivia here. 2209
Star Wars trivia time.
Episode 6 for sure.
Which none of this is pre Rogue One. This book.
Yes, it is.
But I have I've had a refresher on terms and stuff. There's also one of the First Order guys in that movie who's like one of the main guys, the main First Order guards or whatever you call them, officers.
Yeah.
They did some weird like face tuning to his face that like is really like annoying to see. It almost looks like he's AI.
Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah. He was basically all CGI.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, this is kind of like, it's just like annoying to see that.
Yeah, Grand Moff Tarkin was completely AI or like completely CGI in that movie.
Why?
I don't know why.
They just makeup? What?
Trust me,
so
I don't
much
know.
better.
But Star Wars is very weird in that. Then they bring back more of that in the sequels too. It's very weird.
Oh, the other
shit.
thing I wanted to say, besides that, some of the best CGI I've ever seen in that movie in Rogue One.
It literally was like whoa, why did we go back to like the 90s here?
Yeah.
On that one scene, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But otherwise, it was perfect.
Yep.
Like literally perfect movie.
Totally. Totally agree.
The question here is, who was the keeper of Jabba the Hutt's Rancor?
Oh, this is easy.
Hermie Odal, Malakili, Droopy McCool, or Jaquil?
Okay, this isn't as easy as I thought. Give me them one more time.
Hermie Odal,
I think it's Hermie.
Malakili, or Droopy McCool?
I'm going Hermie.
I think it's Malakili, but we'll go Hermie Odal. Incorrect. The correct answer was Malakili.
God damn it.
I don't think they ever announced that okay.
They
I
had
don't think they ever announced it in the movie, but I only know that because I watch the shout out to Astro Goblin. They're a trio that I watch. They're Funhouse ex Funhouse members that have a channel by themselves now. And they always talk about Star Wars, and they ranked Star Wars Glup Shittos, which are background characters that have names for some reason and people like, identify strongly with.
Yeah.
And Jacob is former Funhouse, but he knows the Star Wars characters really well, and he brought up Malakili. He was like, really, that's his name? And they were like, yeah, like he's like, I thought he had a different name. It's like, no, it's Malakili.
There you go.
Shout out to him.
There was a part of me that, see, I just know him as the Rancor Keeper.
Yeah.
I didn't know his name because I just searched up, I was thinking of Salacious Crumb.
Right.
And then I searched up Rancor Keeper, and then I was like, oh, that's the guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because he cries in the Rancor Keeper does.
Yeah.
See, I know that. They had at Star Wars Land, one of the things you could buy was a Salacious Crumb that I think like would move. Yeah. I think could like move and like talk. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
That's the thing. It's like, it's a lot of like, if I had more like fuck you money, then like I would probably have a lot of Star Wars things and like things from Disney World, but I don't.
I bought, I'm going to show you the thing I bought.
It's a lightsaber, because I did buy a lightsaber actually whenever I went.
I did. There was like, it would have been cool to do like the build your own thing. I'm sure it would have been too much. I would have rather done the build your own droid, which would cool.
I did do that too.
You did that too?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that. Where is it? Where's that droid at?
In my room.
There goes the battery. Right when I'm about to show you this. What does it look like?
It's in my room. It's in like I think I put it in a baggie.
What does it look like?
I think I made it like black and gold with like
That's cool.
blue, navy blue, or like red legs for R2-D2.
Okay, I'm into that.
I think that's what I did. And then I also, whenever I went, they didn't at the time have like the full like lightsaber like kyber crystal shit that they have at Disneyland. But they did have like a lightsaber building like place you could go build your own lightsaber. So like whenever we went in 2014, I think 2013, they had it there, and that was cool. So we still have those.
Nice.
Somewhere.
Yeah, it looked really cool. We like went into the place where you could do it, but I wasn't gonna do it. Whoops.
It would have been really. I would probably do that if I had more money.
Yeah. This is not Star Wars, but this is the only thing I bought at Disney. It's just It's a vinyl Mickey Mouse, and it was only $15.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, but I like vinyl.
There was these
figures.
little collectible figures. I forgot what they were called, but they were essentially faceless Mickey Mouses that you could collect.
Ooh, that's cool.
So I have like 5 or 6 of those.
Oh, I want to see those.
They're not here. They're at my parents' house.
Huh?
Yeah, there you go.
Richard Mouse.
Dick Mouse.
I did try the blue milk.
How was it?
It was okay. A little bland.
Yeah.
It's like blue raspberry slushy milk,
Oh, okay.
but not very blue raspberry flavored.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyways, I think that's it, right?
Yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
what
it.
you listening to? Duh. What you listening to? Every single week, Gavin and I recommend song, album, or artist to each other, to the audience of what we've been listening to in the past week. Gavin, what have you been listening to this week, if you're ready?
I'm listening to Zanzibar by Billy Joel.
Whoa, okay. All right.
I can't stop listening to it. It's such a show tune.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a show tune
Okay.
song. I'm not someone that really listens to Billy Joel,
Or show tunes.
or show tunes, but it has that same air of like I could do this at a karaoke bar and like knock it out of
Okay.
the park.
Okay.
It's in like the exact same key I can sing in, but
I'd have to hear the song to know if I've heard
yeah.
it before.
I got the old man's car. I got a jazz guitar. And I got a tab at Zanzibar. That's where I'll be. It's really
All right,
good.
I guess we're at karaoke.
We're at karaoke tonight. There is a karaoke bar literally, again, right down the street from me that is open 24/7 doing karaoke 24/7.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Pretty cool.
That is something.
Pretty cool. It's a total dive bar, if you could believe it.
Oh, that's cool. I'm into that. I like a dive
Yeah.
bar. Gavin, this week,
Carson, what are you listening to?
I want to know if you've heard this, because this is incredible. Turnstile recently went on Triple J.
I did see this.
Which is...
Shut up.
Add
that to the list.
Which to my understanding... Oh, I am. She's listening. Which is... I have no better way to explain it, because I only know it because of bands going on there. I don't really know much about it, but it's like an audio tree, but it's like an Australia-based audio tree. And if you're like, what's audio tree? Long story short, they have bands come in to perform songs. They record them, and they also do like an interview with them. And then they like, I don't know if they cut them together like audio tree does, or if it's like comes out separately, whatever. But one of the main things they do that's like different than an audio tree is they have the band or artist, whoever it is, do a cover of a song. And they call it, I think the series is called Like a Verse, I want to say, or Like a Version. I think it's Like a Verse. Oh, it is Like a Version. I'm wrong. Like a Version. So like one of the ones that I've seen is Thornhill did a cover of a Muse song that I believe I showed you at one point. And Turnstile did a cover of the Stone Roses song, I Want to Be Adored. And it is fucking incredible. It is so good. I cannot stop listening to it. I am a fan of the Stone Roses version. I like the Stone Roses. I don't listen to the Stone Roses enough to consider myself a fan. What were you going to say?
I had never heard of them before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like they're a UK kind of cult following band. But this song is great, but Turnstile's cover is like fucking awesome. It's so, yeah, I mean, it's just different, it's just they truly added their own flair to it, and Daniel Fang just beating on the drums makes it so much more lively, and it's just awesome. It's just, people need to go listen to this. It's I cannot stop listening to it.
Did they release it on anything? Like, is it out or is it?
Since I have YouTube Music, I can play like videos,
right,
that are as audio. So, but I don't know if they
didn't officially release it here, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that. Audio Tree does that, but I don't know if Triple J does that, to be completely honest. They should though, because I mean, like, they should, do whatever they need to do as far as rights go to put this on like a re-release of never enough. You know what I mean? Like whenever bands
Right.
do like a, they do like an off album.
They actually
song.
do. They do post them.
Okay. So maybe
Yeah,
it
like
just
they
hasn't
have a
come out yet.
whole. Hold on, let me show you. They have a whole like Apple Music.
Oh,
playlist.
cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, they should, because it's so good. It's incredible. Great stuff from Turnstile. But that's it. 5 years of this show down the drain. 5
Exactly.
years, baby.
There's no other way to think about it.
No, there isn't. Because there's going to be some things to think about after the show.
Okay.
Lots
All right.
to think about.
Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Takes All Kinds. Thanks for listening to Takes All Kinds episode for the last 5 years. Just keep watching, keep listening, keep doing it as whatever you do our episodes. Carson.
Yep, that's right. 5 years. Thank you for being along for the ride. If you've been along for all 5 or not, we love you. We cherish you very much. And we'll see you all next week.
Goodbye, bye.